I'm Peter O'Brien, Director of Murray-Darling Basin Futures. I'm talking today to Dr. Leonie Pearson. Leonie is a Senior Research Fellow in Murray-Darling Basin Futures, and she's working on a project involving integration of the research of the Collaborative Research Network. So, Leonie, what is integration?
Integration's a pretty tricky idea to actually get across. It's one of the key things that our policymakers actually wanted the CRN to focus on, which was integrating our economic, social and our scientific knowledge together, but also with our stakeholders' needs. So what do policy want? What do communities want? And how do we pull all those bits together?
How is integration being approached in Murray-Darling Basin Futures?
Yeah, that's another great question, because it's the sort of thing that you have to keep having a go at. So we've got a plan to start with. We do workshops, lunches, forums, seminars, whole range of different things, field trips as well. But the main way that we do it is we take stock of what researchers and stakeholders want, and then we think about what's the sort of activities that they need so that we can develop or design a more integrated outcome. So we can try and pull together maybe some of our science with some of our economics, and that's where we focus on a specific workshop or a specific issue.
What's worked in terms of integrating this research?
Oh, the field trip definitely worked, one of the best things that we've got. We've got some other really good things as well. Some of the more casual, sort of colloquial, things like after drinks, after some of the workshops, that's worked quite well as well. Mm-hmm. So we've had some wins. We've also, if I can say, had some pretty tough times. It's really hard to get some of the researchers talking together when they're out busy in the field doing their own work. So whilst we've had some great successes, there's also been balanced with having to work pretty hard to get lots of people involved.
Leonie, it seems to me that economists and ecologists and social researchers all have a different language. How do you bring them together effectively in Murray-Darling Basin Futures?
There's lots of keys that people will talk about. So firstly, we need to develop trust between all of them so that they can actually hear the words being spoken. We need to somehow develop a common language between them, and it's a good way to do that is to get a focus question or something they all want to answer, maybe from their different perspectives, but actually get them all thinking on the same topic around a room, and that's how we get some good outcomes.
Leonie, what are the challenges of integration? Why hasn't it worked in other areas?
I think it's hard because most integration is done by researchers that are self-driven to do their own research, and that may not be working with others. As such, to get them motivated to work with other people and to produce some outcomes that do cross across some of those disciplinary or spatial boundaries, we really have to think carefully about what's the right incentive. That's why I think integration is hard.
What do you have coming up in terms of Murray-Darling Basin Futures and integration?
We've got two big events coming up in Murray-Darling Basin Futures. The first one is focused on our internal work in progress. This is where we're stock taking our research and looking at what we've done and what are our new opportunities coming up. We'll be involving our partners and our stakeholders in that. And then the big one, which is more of a public and an event that everyone's invited to see what we've done, is happening in the middle of next year, so 2014. And I think that's a great time where we'll have some terrific single disciplinary research coming out, as well as some great bits that cross across. So what's the social and economic consequences of some of these water plans, or perhaps some of these migration issues?